Straight ahead in this week's Working Woman Report. She'd rather roll with the punches than follow tradition. Find out why Barbara Corcoran is one of the most successful female entrepreneurs on the planet. Plus, meet the woman who wants to awaken the healthiest version of you, one step at a time. And meet a franchise owner whose passion for art and design is showing signs of success for small businesses everywhere. What's your idea? If you're ready to change your life and start making your passion work for you, listen up. The Working Woman Report is here to help, and it starts right now. Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. Our first working woman is known as a real estate mogul, author, and one of the world's top female entrepreneurs. And she's living proof that sometimes it's best to trust your gut and throw the rule book out the window. We can all learn some serious life lessons from powerhouse Barbara Corcoran. It started out with a chance encounter.
I was working as a waitress, and he walked into the diner that I was working in.
That man would soon become Barbara Corcoran's boyfriend, and a year later, her business partner, spotting Corcoran with a $1,000 loan. While the relationship may not have ended well,
he announced to me he was going to marry my secretary, and that was the end of that partnership.
It sure looks like Corcoran managed to rebound just fine.
I sold the Corcoran Group 20 years later, after he told me I'd never succeed without him. I sold it for $66 million cash.
That's been a theme for Corcoran, leaving behind traditional business plans in favor of a roll-with-the-punches approach, rising to become a real estate mogul, best-selling author, and one of the most successful female entrepreneurs out there.
If I had had a left-brain deductive financial business plan like you learn in Harvard MBA type school, it would have never worked for me. Because you know what happens when you're building a business? So much is reactionary to the environment you find yourself in, which is changing every day of the week. So you could have the best laid plan, but the thing that counts the most is how quick you are on your feet when the crap hits the fan and you have to figure out how to make a go of things.
These days, Corcoran shares that knowledge with new entrepreneurs on the TV program Shark Tank. On the show, small business owners pitch their products and services in search of investments. Corcoran serves as one of those investors on the panel of multimillionaires.
It's kind of like the business version of American Idol.
For the women she comes across starting up new businesses, she has a special piece of advice. Don't let anyone make you feel like you don't belong.
It took me about 5 years to learn the power of believing you have the right to be there, that you have the right to the same success as everybody else has. You have the right to make life exactly what you want and to demand that you're going to get it.
But she warns if you want to start a business and a family too, it will be tough.
I think women, much more so than men, have much more on their plate. If they have children or if they're even married, a lot of the marriage responsibility falls on them. I think women have to figure out what their priorities are and separate things out. So if you want to build a big business, I think the best time to do is when you're young and delay having a family. Or if you want to have the family, get the family out of the way and then build the business. But it's hard to have both.
Corcoran waited until her late 40s to have her first child, which she admits does tend to throw some people off.
I am the oldest mother in New York City. And you know what? It used to be that people used to say, what a lovely grandchild you have, all right? I think they're about to say, what a lovely great-grandchild you have. I'm used to it. I don't even take offense. It's better than being fat and people asking you if you're pregnant, right?
Between her family and the new business ventures, one would think she'd get worn out. But Barbara says she has a secret weapon for that.
I inherited my mother's great energy, and she used it to raise 10 kids successfully, almost effortlessly, and I'm using it to apply it to business.
For more information about Barbara and her knack for business, head to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Our next working woman never expected to have her own business, but drawing from a struggle in her own life, she decided to help other women get on a path to good health and happiness. Meet the woman who wants to awaken your healthiest you. When Robin Eucalis was a teenager, she first started grappling with body image issues that would plague her for years to come.
I would say around 13 years or so was when I had a nice little tush that kind of popped out, and none of my friends had a real figure yet. You know, everyone were these little girl bodies and these little pixies, and I had a butt.
Robin thought that since she didn't look like the other girls, including women she saw in the fashion magazines, that something was wrong with her. Throughout her teenage years, she sunk into a dangerous cycle of restricting food, over-exercising, and then overindulging in quote-unquote bad foods.
I got away from a really natural, childlike way of thinking about food and moved over into, a really diet brain that consumes you about what you're having and what you can't have or what you're not having or what you did have that day.
Throughout her 20s, Robin thought she had a handle on the situation, but her self-doubt and confusion over food and diet still lingered. That was until she went to school for nutrition and really learned what she was doing to her body.
At school, it really taught me about what it meant to have a diet that was truly natural and from whole foods.
She was so astonished by the results and anxious to share her new way of living, Robin started working as a health coach part-time.
I started seeing clients part-time and really taking the knowledge and the transformation that I was seeing in myself and teaching it in a practical and applicable way for their own lives so that they could start becoming their healthiest version of themselves.
Within 1 year, Your Healthiest You, her boutique-style health coaching business, was born. On any given day, you can find Robin meeting with clients in person and over the phone, advising them on anything from shopping at the grocery store to cooking to relaxation techniques. She also hosts an online healthy cooking show.
I think if someone had told me when I went into this, guess what, you're gonna, teach health and wellness to people, but you're also gonna be a business owner and an entrepreneur, and that's gonna mean this whole long list of things, I would have been like, oh, I can't do that. So it's a good thing I didn't know ahead of time, and I consider it a blessing every day that I have a business brain. I just didn't know I did.
Robin also offers one-on-one cooking lessons and is popular on the international speaking circuit in her field of wellness and healthy cooking. For more information and to get in on some of Robin's special nutrition tips, visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Coming up on this edition of the Working Woman Report, a family tragedy threw her into the role of CEO at the age of 27. Today, she's still in command and leading her family's business to mega success. And with more than a decade of behind-the-scenes know-how, this working woman is seeing all the signs of success at a popular franchise. That story and more coming up after the break.
I wanted to start a business that I was passionate about, something I absolutely enjoyed and believed in. I was doing the corporate grind, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green. My name's Steve Allen. I run Rad Cab in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We do pedicabs and mobile outdoor advertising. I love being social, talking to people.
A lot of confusing stuff when you start a business. When I go in and talk to my store mentor, he really helps me sort it all out, and we just get organized. And when I go home, I feel confident about what's going on. It really feels amazing to create jobs here in my city.
It's incredibly awesome. I love to show it off.
If you get a solid foundation for your business laid, everything else falls in place. SCORE has absolutely been the most invaluable resource that I've had from day one. For free. I could not imagine doing anything else.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
Welcome back to the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. Our next working woman became the youngest female CEO of a publicly held company when she took over her father's business in 2002. An unexpected family tragedy landed her the top spot. But since then, she's continued to build the business and boost annual company revenues to nearly $80 million. In 1976, Michael and Ludmila Smolansky emigrated from Russia and settled into Chicago. With little English, $100 in their pockets, and a baby girl to care for, they didn't have much materially speaking. What they did have was each other and a burning desire to live the American dream.
My mother opened the first Russian delicatessen 2 years after settling in Chicago. My dad worked as an engineer in Chicago, and then together they launched Lifeway Foods in '86.
Lifeway Foods would become the largest manufacturer of kefir, which is a yogurt-like probiotic dairy drink. It's loaded with all the good bacteria that help support a strong immune system. Kefir has long been a staple in Eastern European diets. So when the Smolinskis were trying to figure out how to bring a little of the old world to the new, creating and selling kefir was a perfect fit. With a growing Russian population in Chicago, the demand was certainly there. Daughter Julie, who was just a baby when her family arrived from Kiev, now serves as president and CEO.
We were the first company to actually label our product as a probiotic in the United States. And I remember when we first did it, consumers would be calling and saying, like, I want the kefir that's not probiotic. And we would have to really spend some time educating on the benefits of good bacteria and probiotics.
While Julie always spent time around the family business growing up, she thought her calling in life was as a social worker or psychologist. Throughout grad school, she volunteered as a rape crisis counselor and worked as a family counselor in some really tough Chicago neighborhoods. But everything changed in 2002.
I serendipitously ended up in my father's office and fell in love with what he was doing with kefir, and just really made these connections that, you know, I could still help people make healthy lifestyle choices by using some of the psychology background that I had studied.
She stepped into the CEO position in 2002 when her father died of a sudden heart attack at the age of 55. Julie, who was just 27, and her brother Eddie, who was just 23 at the time, were thrown into the CEO and CFO leadership positions. She says many people were doubtful she would succeed.
You know, at the time that my father died, before we had the funeral for him, the closest people around him, his friends, said to me, there's no way that a 27-year-old girl can run this company.
But Julie proved the doubters wrong. Not only did she run the company, she grew Lifeway exponentially. In 2002, revenues were $12 million. Today, they're more than $100 million. Not bad for a 27-year-old who was unsure of which way to go.
It was like a make it or break it moment. And I persevered, and I just kept thinking failure is not an option, and I was not going to let everything that my parents risked and worked for over their entire life go to waste.
With Lifeway dominating 97% of the kefir category in the probiotic industry, this family business is positioned to be a global force to be reckoned with.
Time after time, just see that passion trumps skill set, it trumps, education background. So find that thing that you're really passionate about, because you'll very likely succeed at doing that.
Julie is an advocate for increasing women's leadership roles in organizations around the world. She recently served as a maternal health advocate and traveled to Bangladesh with Christy Turlington Burns. Julie is often found at the White House as an advocate for the Vice President's office to end violence against women. For more information on all of Julie's endeavors, check out our website, workingwomanreport.com. While Julie was thrown into a leadership role at Lifeway unexpectedly, it looks like more family-owned businesses are handing the reins to women. The most recent American Family Business Survey found 24% of the businesses who participated in the survey had female CEOs or presidents. One state with a particularly high number of women in control is Pennsylvania. According to the 2013 annual Pennsylvania Economic Survey, 55% of family businesses in that state say control will remain in the family, and more female entrepreneurs are poised to step into their father or grandfather's shoes. For more about women and family-owned businesses, just visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Even outside of family businesses, unexpected opportunities can pop up and land people in a corner office. That's exactly what happened to our next working woman, who went to work one day and was asked to run a franchise. Even though she never expected to call the shots, all signs are pointing to success. At Signs Now in Erie, Pennsylvania, there's always something cranking. Whether it's the creation of a banner for a new business, lettering for a boat, a wayfinding sign, or a full vehicle wrap, there's always something to be cut, colored, measured, or designed. And it's all overseen by this woman, Sue Hawley, who doesn't miss a beat.
I can send out and have this type of work done, but our customer is in such a time crunch, he needs them in 3 days. and I can't get anybody to print them that fast, so we're going to be doing them in-house instead.
Sue had been a dutiful employee at the local Signs Now franchise for 13 years when her boss sat her down one day and said she needed to talk.
I thought, oh great, I'll get fired or something.
But this was no firing. Sue's boss recognized her employees' talent, hard work, and dedication to detail. She had a different proposal for Sue.
When she said, I really want to get out of the business, and she said, I want you to buy it. Well, by the time I picked my mouth up off the floor, I'm like, wow.
Getting the deal done was a lot of hard work, but she didn't give up. After 2 banks turned her down for a loan, a third finally said yes. The bank gave her 80% to buy the business. She financed the other 20% off the mortgage of her home. Sue says in order to succeed, it's crucial to do your research, have a solid business plan, and the right people behind you. She also has some pretty clutch advice for other women who, like her, are on their feet all day.
Do not wear heels. There's such a thing as black sneakers. Those are the best things to wear. Or good Crocs, good clogs. You need something without a whole lot of height to them so you don't have all that weight on your feet.
For more information about Signs Now, simply visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Sue's experience is one of many examples of people who have found success in the business world as a franchise owner and operator. Franchise experts say franchise fees and startup costs can range from $10,000 to $75,000 or more. Of course, as with any business venture, there is a financial risk. But as a franchise owner, you get some serious support, including a brand name and training.
Franchising is great for anybody, whether you're male or female. It's an equal playing field. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So I think it's a great opportunity for women.
To learn more about whether franchising is the right business decision for you, just visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Still to come on this edition of the Working Woman Report, dress for success. You've heard the phrase, but these days, dressing for the job you want involves much more than just putting on a suit. Plus, the move that can give you a strong foundation for work, play, and whatever else life throws at you. That's next, so don't go away.
I'm a scientist and I know the scientific world very well.
But in business, you really have to learn a whole different way of viewing your science and viewing your products.
And what I didn't really appreciate was to try and talk to the business community is very different.
Cultivating New York's next top innovators in health is a program by NYC EDC called the Bio and Health Tech Entrepreneurship Lab. The program features a mini MBA curriculum, expert coaching, pitch preparation, and access to a community of seasoned entrepreneurs and investors to get your project off the ground with funding.
You have to learn how to be a translator, how to make people understand how innovative it is.
It's going to introduce you to people that will enlighten you about the corporate world.
Because you can't just sell cool science.
Check out their website for more information on eLab NYC. Learn how to jumpstart your career with free training and opportunities around the city.
This is the Working Woman Report. I'm Allison Hans. We continue now with a move that can help you build the strength your body needs to tackle whatever the day throws at you. Fitness expert Laura DeAngelis shows us how to get it done.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura DeAngelis. Today I'm going to show you my all-time favorite exercise for an all too often neglected part of our bodies. The exercise is the plank, and it's a great way to strengthen our all-important core. First of all, your core is made up of much more than just the abs. It's actually the part of the body that includes the lumbopelvic hip complex, thoracic spine, and cervical spine. In simplest terms, it's the place where all movement begins, and it's where we find our center of gravity. If you have a weak or unstable core, your body can't move the way it's supposed to, and that is one of the easiest ways to increase your risk of injury. So let's add some planks to your fitness routine and get that core in shape. You're going to lie down on the floor, face down. Your forearms are going to be on the ground and your feet should be together. You're going to draw in your navel and squeeze your glutes super tight to lift your entire body off the ground in a straight line from head to toe, keeping everything engaged. And you should hold the plank for 2 seconds and then lower your body to the ground as flat as possible, and then repeat the action in the same way. Beginners should aim for 2 sets of 12 to 20 reps. Another popular way to do a plank is to draw in your navel and squeeze the glutes to get up in a plank position and hold the position as long as you can. Aim to start with about 10 seconds and then add as many seconds as you can each day that you work out. Whether you're a runner, an elliptical junkie, or love taking long walks or group exercise classes, I implore you to add some planks to your fitness routine. They don't take much time to do and they can be done anywhere. And don't forget to keep a fitness journal so you can keep track of your progress and feel good about it. Remember, taking care of your core is one of the best ways to stay on track with your goals to have fun, be fit, and feel fabulous.
For more of Laura's motivational health and fitness tips or to connect with her blog, simply visit our website, workingwomanreport.com. Our final working woman knows just how important building a solid core of business know-how can be when you're trying to get back on your feet. Her organization, Dress for Success, is gaining new attention as it continues its mission of helping women not only find their dream job, but land it. Dress for success. We've heard the phrase. But these days, dressing for the job you want entails much more than just putting on a suit. Joy Gordon, the CEO of the organization known as Dress for Success Worldwide, was part of its humble beginnings back in 1999. Since that time, she's quickly moved up the ladder to CEO and helped women around the world do the same.
We work with her on resume writing, confidence building, doing mock interviews with her, giving her an 8-week course, preparing her.
I was homeless when I was 16 years old. Just a terrible environment.
I had been unemployed for almost 3 years, and with that came financial ruin.
Women from all walks of life tell their stories of struggle, both financially and emotionally. But in those stories, Joy and her staff are able to find something else, a glimmer of hope. That's where Dress for Success steps in.
There are so many stories because there's so many women. We've helped over 700,000 women get back to work in 16 short years.
I walked in to get a beige skirt, a purse, and accessories, not knowing when I walk out I was going to get the help of getting a new eye.
Joy says reaching nearly 1 million women has been a journey in and of itself, one that started in the basement of a church in New York City over a decade ago, but has since grown into a worldwide endeavor. The organization's ever-reaching goal is to better the lives of women who are searching for work and give them an opportunity to move forward confidently and successfully.
Not unique to our organization to find women who have worked 20 plus years in corporate America, lost their job, and really lost their way. And so after being unemployed for 12 months or 24 months, they need an organization like Dress for Success to pick them up again, to build their self-esteem and self-worth. So it's really, if you don't have a job, you're welcome to come to Dress for Success.
I've seen the transformation with these women, and it's just beautiful.
For more information on Dress for Success, simply log on to our website, workingwomanreport.com. Well, that wraps up this edition of the Working Woman Report. Be sure to connect with us in the social media world. You'll find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, there's always our website, workingwomanreport.com. Tune in next time for more inspiring tips and ideas from our fantastic women. Who knows? Maybe you're next. See you then.